I'm going to show you a very, very cool toy in just a moment, but right now I want to talk about tweezers, tweezers, tweezers. We have 1,000 titanium tweezers here, almost ready. Last night we tumbled another 800 in the new machine. It was a new test for seeing if we could put that many in this machine without, you know, affecting them. You know, they might have scratched each other, and you know, there might have been issues like that, but they were all good. And so that's just the first stage, actually. So we've got 800 tweezers in there, soaking in some fresh water. We've got a few more stages to do on those. So that's an update. So we've almost got 1,800 tweezers ready, almost ready to go. We have, I think, a few more hundred to go anyway. We're getting more from my machinist either today or Monday. Okay, right, let's head to the house and check out this cool new toy. Okay, so it is toy time. This is it. It's called a PilotFly H2. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so the PilotFly H2. Foam. Here it is, right here. What on earth is it? Right, it is what is called a gimbal. Now, there's a bunch of other stuff in here. Charger, connections if you live in other countries for the charger, mount for the camera. So what this does is there's electric motors in here, motor there, motor there, motor there, and basically, you know, when I do my sort of daily vlogging, I usually hold a miniature tripod underneath the camera like this. So the camera that I'm talking to you on now, there's usually a small tripod on it. I've got it on a higher one just now, and I hold it out at arm's length, and you know, the video is kind of shaky. What this does is it kind of normalizes everything. So instead of the camera sort of, when I move it around, you know, following it, it doesn't matter what I do like that, the camera will stay fixed, and you know, hopefully provide a very smooth flowing, less jittery, jumpy look to it. So what we'll do is I'll sort of get it set up and basically show you a demonstration of it. Okay, so that's it pretty much set up. There was a bit of balancing involved, like from what I saw on the YouTube videos, because I've not read the instructions yet, is that you want it to balance itself almost. So as you can see, it's not balancing itself that way. So if we adjust this, so there we go, a bit of poking around, and it holds itself there while it's switched off. So it kind of does that, you do that, it balances itself, and so yeah, so it holds itself there. So what we want to do is, you know, like, we can just adjust it anyway like that. It's obviously it's not meant to do that. Now this isn't the camera I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this camera to test it. But I have to show you sort of how I put it together. And so I'll just show you it switched on with this, and then to actually show you a demonstration of it, you know, from your perspective, I'll switch over to putting this camera on there, but they're identical cameras physically. It's just that this one is the newer version. So when you switch this on, because I've switched it on before, I'm just holding this with my finger. So when I switch it on, you can see what it does. This motor and this motor and this motor is now locked. Like I can't move that around now like I could before. If I switch it off again, there we go. And then I switch it on. There we go. So there's a little joystick there, and I can move it left and right. So I'll show you that. So right there, you can see a joystick. And that joystick allows you to do that. And I can tilt up, tilt down. So here's the clever thing. Now check this out. Now there's different modes, like, so when I turn, you watch my hand, when I turn to look over there, it slowly follows it around. Now that's a setting. You can choose settings in software, I believe, and it will just smoothly follow you around. So I'm going down and it's looking down. I'm going up and it's looking up. But to keep it so, you know, I can look around while it's doing it. But the main thing is that it keeps it steady. Like I can do that, and so these motors are just like they're just kind of like a fighter jet that's continuously moving its flaps and ailerons and whatnot, just to keep the jet flying. You know, this is constantly moving these sort of three motors to keep the camera looking sort of the way it should. So in the past, I have used a tripod like this. This would be on the end of the camera, and I was just holding it out like this. Hopefully now, assuming it's not too big to carry around every day, I will be using this beast. So I'll show you the difference now on what the film looks like when you use this compared to this. So what I'll do is just go for a walk sort of around my house, garage, garden with this ordinary tripod, little handle that I hold on to, just to sort of show you what it's usually like. But you can basically look at the last 4 months of my videos on YouTube and see exactly what it's like. But I'll do it now anyway. And after that we'll go for the gimbal, new fancy gimbal. So, walking down some stairs, turning round, talking. What we'll do is we'll look at how dirty my car is. So that's us bending down, you can look there. Dirty wheels need cleaned. Remember, there's no need for me to show you these wheels. I'm only doing it so you can get the idea of what it's like without the gimbal, and then I'll do the same kind of thing with a gimbal. So we'll walk. Whoa, that garden's wet. I'm in my slippers. In fact, let's look at some slippers. In fact, you know what? We'll just have a walk around the car. Apologies for the traffic. It's home time, everyone's speeding home from work. So yeah, so if I just walk the way I walk, then you know you should see that it's kind of bumpy. And what I'll do is I'll go up these steps over here, which is probably a good test. Can get blinded by the sun. So we'll go up some steps now. And in fact, hell, let's go down them as well. There we go, right. And what we'll do also is, I don't know how it will work, but I'll jump up and down. Oh, the camera came off the tripod there, sort of dipped down. Right, okay, I think it's time to try the gimbal. Okay, so it is gimbal time. Hopefully that's smoother. I can't see if it's smooth or not because, you know, I'm controlling the camera, I'm bouncing. I can't see the screen right now, but I'm pretty sure it'll be quite a bit of a difference. When I saw these gimbals were capable of, watching YouTube videos, you know, it sort of blew my mind. So what we'll do is we'll do roughly what we did last time. We'll go and look at the car wheel initially. Now when I go down here, this camera's going to stay straight, but I want it to look down. So as we go down, I'm going to use the joystick and pan down. So there we go, that's panning down. You probably would have heard the motor there. It's the way my arm twisted, it sort of reached its maximum limit there, but it is what it is. So what we'll do now is we will go and climb the stairs we climbed earlier. Right, here we go. Up the stairs. Getting blinded by the sun again. We'll go down the stairs. I'll bounce down them like a happy child. Now I am switching hands right now, not because I'm like knackered after 60 seconds, but because I just did all of this that I'm showing you now, but I didn't hit record button because I'm an idiot. So this is my second run of this and my arm's already tired from the first time. So what else do we do? Now we jump up and down, but jumping up and down isn't really a fair comparison for a gimbal because you don't get control like that. When I go like that, you know, that's the equivalent of jumping up and down. You know, and that's not quite fair to the gimbal because it doesn't stop that. It's meant to stop that, that, and that, not that. Oh, the other thing that's cool is the pan. So we can go that way, and we can come back, and we can go this way. And we go up to the sky, and we go down and check out my cool slippers. Motor making a funny noise there because it was reaching its limits. But yeah, so that's it. We'll have to do a lot more testing on this. It is a big device, you know, like it's not light, it's not compact, but hopefully I can work with it because, you know, I do a video for YouTube every day, so hopefully I can work with it and it will do what I want it to do.